Hey y'all, it is Sunday the 8th, and I'm on my way home from church. I'm just about home. This week I had some down days, and then Bill and I had a long discussion yesterday, and it opened both of our eyes to a lot of things, and it was good. It was very good. But a couple of the things that he really kind of opened me up to that I didn't realize was, I got something in the back seat, it's flopping around. Something I didn't realize though was, the symptoms of my ADHD. I didn't know how bad they were. One of them is hyperfixating or hyperfocus. Yeah, that's a huge one. We were talking about something yesterday, and next thing I know, I'm on Amazon looking at prices of stuff, and I'm looking up this other kind of stuff, and I'm like, okay, and I'm going nuts on it. And he's like, "What is it with you?" I wanted to make some sticky notes. I wanted to do lists, and I wanted to make them as a sticky note, because you can buy them on Amazon, but I'm not going to buy a list on a sticky note for $10 when I could make one. But so I'm on there and I'm talking about stickies, and he's like, "What the heck is wrong with you and stickies? Stop it!" And I'm like, "Oh my God." So yeah, I do hyperfocus a lot. But the other thing that we really discussed was the negative self-talk, and that's something that I was not. I mean, I knew I did it, but I thought it was something that a lot of people do, and I didn't think anything different of it. But yesterday when we were discussing some organizing stuff, I mentioned something to him, and he didn't like poo-poo it, but he kind of thought, well, I don't know, it's maybe we should try this instead. And so I took that as you're stupid. He never once said that. He didn't mean that at none of that, but that's how I took it. And that was something that, I burst into tears. I'm like, "Why am I always so stupid?" He said, "You're not. When did I say that? I never said that." And he didn't. But that's how it comes across to me. And I need to learn how to reframe my thoughts. For some reason, and I don't know where along the line it happened, because it didn't happen from my parents, it didn't happen from anybody in my family that I can think of, so I don't know where it came from, but I've been like that for a long time. I mean, since I was a kid, I always had to have approval, and if I didn't have approval, I felt stupid, and I don't know why, but I need to learn how to reframe that, because that would make so many things in my life so much better. So much better. So, that being said, Pastor had a sermon about that today, and it was fascinating. I don't know how he does it, but every time I have something weird going on in my week, in my life, somehow he does a sermon about it. How does he do this? I think he can see into our brains. But yeah. So I've got some work to do. I've got to. I don't know if I trust Dr. YouTube to help me with figuring out how to reframe my thought process. But we'll see. We'll see if I can't figure this out. But so in the beginning of the service at church every Sunday, we have our confession of sins, or confession of faith, I guess. No, it's confession of sins, or confession and forgiveness is what it's called. Confession and forgiveness. And in that, the whole confession changes from from week to week, from season to season. But this season, this is the. I'm not driving. I stopped. But the prayer in there, it just speaks to me. Mighty God, lover of justice, you call us to life in community, but we have served our own interests at the expense of our neighbors. We have sown deceit where honesty was needed. We say the right words, but our hearts are far from you. Turn us to seek your face. Knit us together and give us the mind of Christ, that we may do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with you, our God. Amen. I think about that, and I think, we do so many things for ourselves. What do we do for others? And I'm one of those that I always try to do something for others, but to the extent that it's a detriment, because I don't like to do self-care because I feel like I'm not deserving of it and that somebody else needs help instead. So I struggle with that. That's a lot of that negative self-talk that's coming through right there, So I have homework. I gotta figure this out. So this afternoon, Bill and I are gonna go down to a special place, and I'm not gonna say where it is yet, but I'm gonna bring you guys with, because we're gonna go and see what we can. We're just gonna go on an adventure. Let's say that. Just gonna go on an adventure. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, so we'll be home in time for the Super Bowl, but yeah. So I'm gonna piece this all together, and we'll see how this goes. So I will see you very shortly. So we are out on an adventure, and we are looking for the medallion. Looking for the medallion. I got Lexi with me, and then Bill's over there. He wants to stay off camera, which is fine. So yeah, so we are looking, and yeah, there's lots of different little clues, and they're all leading to these weird places. But we parked at the Rose Garden, and now we're down at Leif Erikson, and we're just wandering and looking for a little clear disc in the ice and the snow. So anyway, I will keep you guys informed. Okay, so we are so we are warming up in the truck at the moment. But it wasn't where we thought it was first, so we're gonna go to another spot. We're gonna try that. Lexi is just having too much fun out there, aren't you, Lex? Lexi, you having fun? Ma'am? Are you having fun out there? Ma'am? Anyway, I'll let you know about the next one when we get there. Bye. Well, so we were looking for the medallion, and we looked down by the Veterans Memorial, and it wasn't there, at least not that we could find. But yeah, we were looking at the clues, and it just looked so, I don't know, it just looked so like we knew exactly where it was going to be. But of course, when we got there, everybody had been digging in there, so chances are somebody else has it. But I don't know, I'm still looking. But yeah, so it was fun though. It was an adventure. We're freezing. Lexi was a good girl. She only got out of her collar once, but that was okay. She was good. She stayed there. But yeah, so we're heading back to the truck now. We're gonna warm up, and now we're gonna go home, and we're gonna watch the game for the commercials. And apparently they're coming for us. We gotta run. Talk to you later. Bye.